My wife brought her lover into our home. 5 minutes later, she was yanked out by her hair. I sensed something was off the instant I stepped onto the porch. The air felt thick, almost as if the house itself was holding its breath. My home, my sanctuary, suddenly felt hostile, unfamiliar. I didn't realize that in the next 5 minutes, every illusion I had about my marriage would collapse. And the person I trusted most would make the gravest mistake of her life. My name is Daniel, and until that night, I believed I had a normal, flawed but loving marriage with my wife, Melissa. We had been together for 8 years. Like any couple, we faced struggles, bills, stress, communication issues, but I truly thought we were building something worth fighting for. Yet sometimes, the battles you don't even see are the ones that hurt the most. It began months earlier. Melissa started drifting away, slow replies, late nights, vague excuses. I asked what was wrong, but she always dismissed it with a weary smile and a just stressed, babe. I wanted to trust her. I did, because love often blinds you to the red flags waving right in front of you. That evening, a text from my neighbor, Mrs. Henderson, shattered that illusion. She was the type who noticed everything, even things you wished she didn't. Daniel, honey, there's a man at your house. Melissa let him in. My heart pounded. I tried not to jump to conclusions, but something inside me whispered the truth before I even saw it. I drove home, hands shaking on the wheel. When I reached the driveway, I noticed immediately, Melissa's car was parked there, but strange footprints led to the porch. I stepped inside quietly, my instincts warning me to stay silent. They were right. What I heard next tore a piece of me apart forever. Melissa's laugh, soft, familiar, intimate, then a man's low, confident voice. Are you sure your husband won't be back for hours? My breath caught. My knees weakened, but anger surged through the shock. I pushed the door open harder than I meant to. It slammed against the wall. They froze. Melissa jumped as if she'd seen a ghost. The man, a tall, muscular stranger, stood beside her, smirking like he owned the place. Daniel, you're home early, Melissa stammered, her face pale. Before I could speak, the man stepped forward, chin lifted arrogantly. So, you're the husband, he said. This doesn't have to get ugly. I could barely form words. My throat burned. Get out, I whispered. But fate had other plans. Just then, the front door burst open again. Melissa's older sister, Claire, stormed in, a whirlwind of fire, bold and fiercely loyal. I had called her earlier, desperate for guidance, unable to make sense of Mrs. Henderson's message. I never expected her to arrive, but she did, right in time to witness everything. Claire's eyes widened in shock. You're cheating on Daniel, in his house. Do you have no shame? Claire, let me explain, Melissa cried, stepping toward her. Claire wasn't interested in explanations. Her anger erupted like a storm. You betrayed him. You brought another man into his home. He works day and night to provide. How dare you? Tension snapped. Claire grabbed Melissa's wrist and, in a surge of fury, dragged her toward the door. Melissa screamed, stumbling as Claire yanked her by the hair, tears streaming down her face. The lover tried to intervene, but I stepped in front of him with a warning glare. Touch her, I growled, and you'll regret it. He froze. Melissa begged, but Claire didn't relent until she had hauled her outside onto the yard. Neighbors peeked through their windows. Cars slowed. Humiliation crashed over Melissa like a tidal wave. I just stood there, paralyzed, crushed, heartbroken. When Claire finally released her, Melissa collapsed onto the grass, sobbing uncontrollably. I felt no satisfaction or revenge, only a deep, aching emptiness. Claire stormed back inside, gripped my shoulders, and whispered, "You don't deserve this, Daniel. Don't let her destroy you." That night marked the end of one chapter and, strangely, the start of my rebirth. I didn't sleep. Melissa tried calling, texting, pleading to talk, but I shut my phone off. I needed silence, something we hadn't had in months. The next morning, I went to my parents' house. When I recounted everything, my father placed a hand on my shoulder. You can't control what others do, but you can control how you rise from it. For the first time, I felt a flicker of strength returning. Melissa reached out over the next few days, apologizing, crying, blaming stress, loneliness, anything she could. But excuses couldn't erase the image etched into my mind. Eventually, she admitted it, an affair that had lasted almost a year. She claimed I was emotionally absent, though she had never told me her feelings. I filed for divorce. Her family, shocked by her betrayal, fully supported me. Claire apologized for her outburst that night, but I told her the truth. She reacted the way I couldn't, giving a voice to the pain I had no words for. Slowly, I rebuilt my life. I returned to the gym, cooked again, reconnected with old friends, rediscovered hobbies I had abandoned. Weeks turned into months, and I found something I hadn't felt in years: peace. One day, I ran into Melissa. She looked smaller, weary, broken in a way I wouldn't wish on anyone. She told me she regretted everything, that she had lost not only a husband but the man who loved her more than anyone ever would. I listened, nodded, but I didn't take her back. Some betrayals don't break you, they build you. They force you to realize your worth, push you into the person you were always meant to become. That's the message I want to share. Life sometimes rips people from your world, brutally, painfully, violently. But often, that's the only way to make space for the people and future you truly deserve. Never let someone else's betrayal convince you that you're unlovable. Never let their choices make you doubt your worth. And never forget, your value doesn't diminish because someone failed to see it.